Hi guys, this is Selene Moon Goddess Tarot here with another reading. Hope everyone is doing well. I wanted to, I was thinking about what the best reading would be, and I don't remember if I've done a reading like this before. I want to say that I have, but I don't remember. So we're doing it again. Um, we are doing a reading on why was this person put in your life. So this can be something that does not need to be romantic. It can be, maybe somebody that, like a family member that's taken more interest in your life, or somebody that has been significant in your life that you always wonder, like, I wonder why they are always consistently there. Or it could be someone you're interested in. It could be a situationship, maybe an odd meeting that you had with someone that now has become, a really important person in your life. Sometimes it's hard to figure that out sometimes. And it's not clear sometimes. So we're going to do a reading on that. So I have three piles. I have the Enchantment Tarot with the amethyst, little purple cute amethyst. And then I have the Light Seers Tarot with Howlite, which you can't even see the little veiny marbling there. And then I have the Queer Tarot with kind of like a rough jasper, red jasper. Okay, so go ahead and pause the picture here and just kind of think, take a moment and focus on whatever deck is kind of calling out to you, and try to listen to your intuition. For me, a little bit about intuition quickly is, like, for me, I will sometimes self-talk or ask myself a question, and you shouldn't really answer yourself. If it's something that you don't know, you're not going to have the answer for it, right? But when it's your intuition, you get that answer kind of right back in a, for me, it sounds like a thought in my mind. It doesn't sound like a different person or anything like that. Sometimes it can be just a gut feeling, not even something that is like a thought or a voice in your head. So keep that in mind. Yeah, and I think we'll just get started. Okay. This is pile one, this is pile two, and this is pile three. See you in your reading. All right, pile one. All right, let's figure out why this person was put in your life. You picked the Amethyst and the Enchantment Tarot. Let's figure it out here. For pile one, why was this person put in pile one's life? Person put in pile one's life. Why was this person put in pile one's life, please, Spirit? Okay. And I'll hold these up to the camera if you can't see them because of the glare. I messed with that light. I can't even, I'm almost embarrassed to say how long, because I didn't like the glare, but here we are. So, all right. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man. See if you can see that. Hanged Man. Some guy just hanging over a rail. The Eight of Cups. And the Hermit. And the Ace of Blades, or Ace of Swords. So that's like a vet doing surgery on a dog. Let's see here. I think right off the bat, what I'm getting in a broad way, I'm getting that this person was put in your life to be a guidance for you, somebody to walk along this path, this journey with you, to teach you about letting go, and about striving for growth in your everyday life, your perspective of life, how you see good situations, bad situations. There's somewhat of a spiritual guide for you. The hangman talks about, you know, it is a hangman, but he's not obviously hung by his neck, and he's hanging upside down under his own accord. Like, no one's forcing him to stay there. He's just flipping over, and he has a big smile on his face here, and is just kind of like being spontaneous and living for the present day and not worried about tomorrow, and open to seeking this understanding, right? When you like it, everybody, I know it's common to, when you see like a specific bird that's different, like a white bird, some people think it's like a synchronicity, or a sign from heaven, or a sign from a loved one, you know. But you see these people in the background, they seem pretty stressed out, this guy's got his hand on his head like he's stressed out. This one also does. This girl's screaming and having a tantrum, but he's just living life. He's just enjoying the moment. And, I think for a lot of us these days, especially with the economy and everything going on politically, and I mean, God, since COVID, I think nobody's the same. That is kind of an attitude that's really lacking around, you know, communities and humans these days, families. Everybody's stressed out about money, stressed out about maybe situations, how to get out of situations that you no longer want to be in, and seeking insight and understanding. So maybe you're a person that actually is very independent, doesn't like seeking advice, would prefer to just work on things by yourself, and would prefer to just, not share any personal things about your life to anyone, and kind of drudge through life that way. And this person is in your life for, it might be a surprise meeting that you had, or someone that you met through a mutual friend, somebody that maybe you met at work, somebody that you didn't anticipate would be in your life, and you finding yourself kind of realizing that the advice that maybe they offer, and it might be unsolicited, you might just be talking about whatever, and the person goes on about some, maybe mystical thing they're learning, or some kind of life lesson they're learning, and it might kind of throw you off a little bit. They're also teaching you, when you think about the Eight of Cups here, the Eight of Cups is a cup. Oh Lord. It's a cup about walking away from things that no longer serve you. That is usually the title that a lot of tarot readers would say, right off the bat. But it's also about, when I think about it, I think about gathering yourself up, the pieces of yourself that you have left to others that still are like monkeys on your back, if that makes sense. So, we all have relationships and friendships that come and go as life happens. We have marriages that, begin and then end. We have family members that we no longer can, really in a healthy way have a relationship with. So, because cups represent emotion. And, when I look at this card and I see all the food left over, I feel like the stains of pain and hurt that have been left on your heart that you don't know what to deal with. You don't know, you just don't even have the effort to wash them. You're exhausted in that kind of way. And in the corner here, I don't think you can see it, but there's two little fairies. This deck is cute because there's fairies in all of the pictures. But these two fairies have the window open and have the moon showing there. And the moon, and there's a path right there, going out towards the moon. And the moon does represent a lot of, it represents not only maybe illusions and what you can't see in front of you, but it also speaks to reflection, taking time to sit and reflect by the light of the moon. The moon is a very moonlight. When it's bright, it's very mystical. It's very enchanting because it's soft. It's not hot. It's usually if you don't live in really hot states here in North America, then it's cool at night, and it is a time that a lot of people sit and reflect about their life, about their situations and things like that. And this person, I think, might be guiding you into this direction of showing you that maybe situations and relationships that you have right now in your life are just not serving you. They're like energy vampires. They're taking away the joy of life. And so all of your cups, all these certain parts and categories in our heart that we have. Like we have, you know, being proud of yourself, loving yourself, being passionate about things in your life. Sometimes we attach relationships to those things, like, for example, for me, loving myself or self-esteem was always connected to my relationship with my mother. And that was such a difficult relationship that uh, every time I would think about loving myself, I never really had the energy to love myself because I felt like there was so much there to break apart when it came to my mom, because I felt like they were so tied together that, I just didn't bother because it felt like exhausting to even think about. And that's what I feel like from this card. I feel like there might be situations or relationships that make you feel exhausted. And I don't think that this person makes you feel that way. And that might be why this person is standing out to you. The other card here with the Hermit, I like this card. This is a really cool card, and it's actually it's the ninth major arcana card, and I'm actually life path 9. And so it's interesting because the Hermit talks about never, the other word that it's called sometimes is the seeker. It's always never being content with just being where you are and who you are at that moment, but always searching to improve yourself. Um, Today it was interesting. I was driving and I had this like thought about myself, that I've always had this, and maybe you're like this and maybe that's why I'm sharing it, is that I've always had this kind of relentless self-surveying attitude about myself. Like I'm constantly searching within myself for things that either I don't like about myself or that I want to change about myself, or thoughts about maybe where I've grown and how far I've grown, or where I still need to grow. And sometimes that can be good, and sometimes that can be bad. So I think, when I think about the bad relationships I've had in the past with my family, that a lot of abandonment issues have created that self-surveillance, that, fight or flight kind of energy, that you've better make sure that you've got your mask on, that you're doing the things you're supposed to do, make sure that you're pleasing everyone because you might get rejected, because and it'll be your fault why they don't want to be in your life anymore. So I definitely think that that was born of that upbringing, kind of formed that in me. But now that I've really transitioned into living my life to love myself and to share my love with other people, and my whatever wisdom I'm imparted by the universe, that I share that for healing and growth for everyone, that it's turned into a very amazing thing to have that self-seeking, good Lord, that seeker attitude about yourself. And this is a difficult thing for people to do. A lot of people don't want to look at themselves. That's a scary place, just like I didn't for many years, just on the subject of loving myself. I didn't want to look at myself. Like I rejected every time someone said I was pretty or that I was nice or I did what I was like, oh, yeah, you're just saying that, really, you're just using me for whatever, or you're, not being sincere, or, but it seems like for you, this person not only is teaching you how to open up your perspective in life, but also walk away from things that are a burden to you, walk away from relationships that suck the life out of you. Maybe you're stuck in a relationship that, you're there because people need you and not because you're being given anything in return. And sometimes I know as parents that we get stuck into that for sure. But that doesn't mean that that's where it can be better than that, right? Like, I think that when you take this self-surveying, idea, or searching for different perspective within the clutter, you can find that those moments of peace, those moments of self-love and reflection. Because these 3 cards all kind of talk about reflection, right? Because you can't walk away from the 8 of Cups without having reflected. And you have the Hangman and the Hermit in between this card here. And then the last card we have here is the Ace of Blades. So this card is the Ace of Swords. And swords in tarot have to do a lot with intelligence, epiphanies, thought processes, ideas. studying, learning, that sort of thing. And you see that this little fairy here, if you can see, is comforting the dog while he's under anesthesia. And these docs are looking at an x-ray and trying to really pay attention to and be precise in exactly what they're doing. It shows the skill and the intelligence and the preciseness of what surgery is, Um, and again, with the sword, you use scalpels and things like that during surgery. So, I think that the ultimate goal is to get you to a place where you're doing these things, this self-reflection and walking away from things that no longer serve you on your own, that you start having these epiphanies and things independently, because we have one blade here and we have one dog getting this surgery, but we have this collaboration of intelligence and education and tedious work that needs to be precise. So it really is speaking to just focusing on the more important things, not getting cluttered with these external relationships or burdens or things like that that you just don't serve you anymore. They burden you, they slow you down. They're not bringing happiness. They might have at one point, but not anymore. So let's see why else this person has been put into your life. Tell me more about this person for pile one's life. Why are they in their life? What else? What is the other reason? What is the other reason why? Whoa, 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 whoa. That's my... Oh, shit. All right, so there might be a lot of reasons why this person was put in your life, being that all the cards fell. Okay, give me four more cards, please, Spirit, about another reason why this person has been put in pile one's life, please. Mm-hmm. Come here. Why was this person put into pile one's life, please, Spirit? Oop, one fell. Hold on. Sorry, I bumped the camera, I think. This is the one that fell. We'll leave that one there. That one did not get picked up. All right. Let's see here. So we have the Empress. We have, I don't take reversals, by the way. And this is the one that fell on the floor. Oh, see? That's funny. I saw this card like 3 or 4 times in the deck when I was getting things set up. So it's interesting. It came out in this reading. So another reason why this person really is in your life is because I think that there is, like, when you see the Empress, I love the illustrations on this deck because I just think they're fantastic. So this person is a younger person. She's got 2 kids here, like a young family. There's roses. The baby's happy. There's a dog. It's like, and she seems calm and fully invested in her environment. And in typical, tarot cards, the Empress usually is this woman who appears to be a queen because she's usually sitting on a throne, but she's usually pregnant. And she represents so tarot has 4 queens for each suit. And so she usually represents the combination of all of those queens. So it's kind of like like finally being at a point in your life where you are not a victim of your circumstances. Being somewhere in your life where you're able to get, do all the things. And I know for a lot of women, that's a tall order, right? To be able to take care of yourself, take care of your children, be a good employee, take care of, do things to be supportive to your spouse, clean the house, all that jazz. It's a tall order, but it doesn't have to be that extensive. Sometimes these external things have to do with what's inside of us. Like the baby could represent your inner child. The man could represent your masculine energy, or vice versa. If you're a man watching, this female that has all of her stuff together here can represent your feminine that maybe you don't lean into all the time. The loving of the nature and animals and including that into your environment. And both children can represent different stages of your inner child, because I do think that we have different stages of our inner child. Like our inner child can be, you know, something poignant that happened to us or traumatic, either way. At a certain age, we kind of emotionally can be stunted to stay in that age. Like if you've ever gotten to know anyone that maybe is emotionally very immature for their age, like they're 40 something, but really they're going through a lot of things in their life that a 20-year-old or 25-year-old would be going through. And the way that they're responding to those things and those triggers is an immature way to do it, then you could maybe guess that, or at least there might be some of that trauma that happened at whatever that kind of emotional age that person is, and they haven't really overcome that. They're allowing it's kind of like those people who, and this is no judgment, like we all got our shit. Like we are all not perfect. I got my shit too, believe me. But people who create problems in their life and then they are upset and feel like they're a victim because of what those decisions brought out. Like they could have been bad decisions that they made and now they're in debt, or they made a bad decision to go out partying and now they got a DUI, or they made a bad decision on what school to go to or whatever. But then instead of saying, okay, this didn't work out, I didn't make a right decision here, and taking ownership of it, it turns into a blame game of everybody else's I'm the victim here. If that cop wasn't waiting on on that street, I wouldn't have got a ticket. Or if somebody would have guided me in the best way, then I would have chosen the right school. Like that kind of attitude. So coming back to the Empress, I think this person is ultimately, that's the goal, is to get you to fully develop the character in your life. It feels like this person is an older person, or can be a spiritual person, like someone who is interested in self-growth and healing. Another card that is a different aspect of closing chapters, or kind of like this idea of becoming a more whole person, is the World. And so the World card is a nice card. It has these women from all different cultures looking over the earth here. And so it represents kind of like the sky, the ocean, the earth, the water, kind of like everything coming to completion. And with the clouds out here, it makes me kind of almost think of just and it might sound outlandish, but like coming into a new reality. A lot of people say that, you hear it said often, oh, well, you just need, you need a different perspective, and that creates a different reality for you, which actually it is quite true. Once you get a chance to experience it, then you'll know exactly what we mean. But that, when you change your perspective on life and your situation, you completely can let yourself go. Walk away, like the Eight of Cups, from a different mindset and create a whole new different future for yourself. And one of those key elemental, I think, important things to learn first is starting from the ground, or from the inside out, looking at yourself in order to then work your way out to all the little aspects of who you are, masculine, feminine, inner child, all of that. And to feed those and nurture those and grow those to maturity, work through the trauma that you went through, or whatever has hindered you, so that you can get to the point to collectively then move over to closing one chapter and opening another chapter. Again, the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, like the Ace of Swords, is kind of like this offering of love. You see these girls here, they won a swimming championship, but it took all of them to be able to do that, right? So it's kind of like all of the love of who you are, having self-pride, being somebody that what your person wants to see for you is that you can look at yourself, look back at everything that you've had to work through, and be proud of what you become. be proud and love yourself for what you've become, and not get sucked into, no, don't let anybody, like these dishes here, I'm going to say that these dirty cups are people that are just holding you down and holding you back, like not letting all of that it come back into your life and moving forward in a way that is just genuine and authentic and truly just sincerely proud for yourself. This is what they really hope for you. And so in the struggle here of getting through this, thick mud of walking through and figuring out all of these things for yourself, ultimately they want the absolute best for you, your wish fulfillment, which will end with the 10 of coins. So this card is kind of like a card that really represents, this is during Christmas time, and you have all of the children, you've got the dogs, you've got the grandparents, and everyone there. It's nice and toasty with the fireplace, and it's just a very content, warm environment. And the 10 of coins, pentacles, represent all of the things that that are tangible here in our 3D world, right? The job and the car and the relationships and, traditions and cultures and all of those things, and the 10 of coins, I mean, you can't get better than that. I mean, maybe the king of coins, but I mean, really the 10 of coins is a phenomenal card because what it says is that you will break through from the world into this different reality of contentment, of truly being content with who you are, content with whoever, after this whole transition ends up in your life, that they're your soul tribe. They are the people that are here to help you along this journey, and you're also here to help them along theirs. And that it's a good, beautiful, healthy, reciprocal relationship that you get to have with these people in your environment and who you interact with. So whoever this person is, I mean, pile one, they're here to help you. They care about you deeply because this kind of work here is difficult. This is hard work. It is like, it's almost, I mean, really, it's like doing that shadow work and having like your being rebirthed, in a way, right? Like going back and fixing, what was damaged, then you can transition into this new reality, right? These cards feel so light and so airy and so warm, compared to like the eight of cups, you know, and even the hermit, because that takes a lot of, you know, um, a lot of willingness to visit hurt places in your heart and stay there and just feel the feels for whatever time that you set aside for that so that you can gain that insight. I think that's probably one of the biggest roadblocks and hardest things to do when you are trying to move forward, and really realize that, the whole point of this isn't for self-suffering and all of that is that we all, one of our birthrights is to be happy. And that's one of the epiphanies I had, that I learned through tarot, that I continue to learn different levels of that, is that we are supposed to also be happy. And our current society doesn't teach us that. It teaches us a lot about social structures and a lot about what our parents want for us, a lot about religion and things like that, what job we're supposed to be, who we're supposed to be. But those things should really stem from what makes us happy, and happiness being an equation in that. And it's not included, and we get left into living these lives that don't serve us. Not everybody. Some people aren't that damaged, like I am. Some people don't. They're not that damaged. You're probably not that damaged, but it does mean that revisiting how you're living your life can really be the answer to a lot for you. So pile one, that is your reading. Please subscribe or like or leave a comment. It really helps my channel grow. Sometime in the future, I'm thinking about reopening personal readings to see how that goes. I didn't have that much success before, but it is what it is. But I don't really, I'm doing this just to reach the collective and not really gain much from it. So come on by. You can listen. I have a bunch of other videos. And some people say my voice helps them go to sleep. So you're welcome to listen to the videos for that too. Okay. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay. Pile two. This is you, the highlight. And I'll put this here. Let's see why this person has been put in your life. My right ear is ringing right now. I don't know if that's meant for somebody. Maybe you're listening to this and your right ear is ringing too. But let's see. All right, let's see. Why was pile two's person put in their life? Let's do one more card. Two more cards. We got more. All right. Ace of Wands, Six of Wands, the Empress, and the Emperor. Ooh, I see some romance here. Eight of Wands. Oh, crap. Ten of Pentacles. And the Four of Wands? Get out of here. Universe. For real? Okay. Can I have one more card for pile two's person? Okay. All right. So if, okay, if there could be a spread, okay, if there could be a spread about love, this is the spread. Like, do you see all of the orange and purples in here and reds? I mean, God damn. Okay, so pile two, this person has been put in your life for a very powerful reason. All right. Um, yeah, give me a second. We have the Ace of Wands here. Okay. Now, the Ace of Wands really represents inspiration, passionate inspiration. Um, so it can be anything from like ideas, it can be some hobby of passion, it could be some work of passion, like an employment or a job or career that you do. Here, I'm going to say that there is a passion that's been ignited between you both that is there for a higher purpose. This flame here is kind of right above the third eye. Usually third eye is found here, but right above that, which I think really signifies the spiritual connection that this has, especially when the netting here is kind of standing out to me, showing like interwoven connection that things had to take place before you guys met. And that the reason why this person is in your life is bigger than what you understand it to be. And it could be bigger than what that person understands it to be. But it's definitely something that is there for not just this here is not love in a sexual way, in the sense that it's not love just for pure physical satisfaction, right? We're talking about a love that is maybe has been in the works for lifetimes, okay? Which is a big concept to try to understand, especially if you're not somebody that believes in reincarnation or any of that kind of sort of thing. But a more kind of baseline elementary way of looking at it is that there is some destiny that's been oh crap, my light went out. Pile two? That has never happened. Okay, hold on. Pile two. Okay, creepy. All right. Anyway. All right, so let's keep going. I gotta let that process in the back of my mind a little bit. So yeah, anyway, so Six of Wands. It's about, usually it has a knight coming in on his horse and coming back from battle, and they're throwing flowers at his feet and stuff like that. Here you see this woman, and she's just like a bunch of hands here. You can't really see it, but there's like some traced out hands. So she's just performed and she's done the best job and is getting a standing ovation. So it is being triumphant. It's being, you know, this person wants you to have success in every possible way. So the love that this person has for you, though it may be romantic, is a benevolent love. It is a love that is not selfish. It's a love that they want to see you succeed. They want to see you have success. They want you to be happy. They want to watch you be the best that you could possibly be in this lifetime. And after this card, you get the Empress. And the Empress is, here is represented with some ocean, and then her belly is the earth, and then you have dots that connect the earth to her, to the moon. And really it's about incorporating every single aspect of yourself and becoming a whole person. Being able to, because when you're a whole person, you are able to remove yourself from situations and see things in a very intellectual way, for example, or in a way that does not create a burden for you. That means removing guilt from decisions that you need to make to be happy. That includes not blaming yourself when things don't work out, embracing your masculine and feminine. I feel like the moon is more feminine than the earth. Really embracing both of those sides of you, no matter what gender you are, so that you have a balance, so that because that mental and emotional balance is really important. For example, if I can come in in my masculine energy, people have said that I'm very intimidating when I'm coming in to do work, or I'm at the hospital working and I'm about my business, and that's where I'm at. I'm strong, I'm confident, I'm able to have endurance, looked at to for, advice and things like that. But when I'm in my feminine energy, usually I'm at home, or I'm, with my kids, and I'm, making sure that, they're having a good time, or that they're learning, or that we're doing something together, that have a more softer approach to whatever I'm doing that's in front of me. And I don't need to be the one in front making all the decisions. I can just lay back and relax and take a more submissive role in whatever situation I'm in, whether it's, hanging out with friends, or with my family, or, my kids, or their father. But yeah, so having that balance, this person is desiring that for you. And then you have the counterpart here. Now, this is interesting because the counterpart to the Empress is the Emperor. Okay. He's the fourth card. And I mentioned that for something I'll mention a little bit later. There's a lot of synchronicities here, plus that light turned off. So this is a powerful connection. The Emperor he's more in his masculine energy. He doesn't have that balance that the Empress does. So he has the ability, like when you see this kind of like whimsical little, I don't know what that is, light with the little dust particles. Like there is an air of being able to see the plight of maybe somebody, or see with compassion and through the eyes of compassion for a situation or for a particular person. But he's reserved. This is a chess piece here in his hand. He's somebody that is analytical and goes about his day to day in a very, intellectual way. Meaning that if he does have a job that does require, a display of empathy, like if they're in the healthcare field, or if they're in, police work, or if they're in, social work, or one of those healing type industries, that he's able to do that through his intelligence and through being rational. I'm not necessarily using his heart to feel those things. Whereas, the Empress she feels it all. She feels it all. She's able to feel it all and take it all in a very balanced way. So in my opinion, I feel like, the Empress can be in some respects stronger in that way than the Emperor. But that doesn't mean, the Emperor because he has those strengths, is able to take over for the Empress. They are very balanced, and they are very, she represents all of the queens in tarot, and he represents all the kings in tarot. So you not only have those emotional and intellectual aspects, but you have the physical attraction between them both, the balancing of them both. And you have the Eight of Wands coming in next, and the Eight of Wands is passionate, rapid movement. So usually it is about, they want this to happen for you. Like, I think that there is angst there, that they really want to see this happen for you in a fast way. And I think that this person probably sees the writing on the wall. Like, they see your who you are in the depths of your soul and what your potential is there, and they see it already for you, and you're not even maybe close to seeing it, and you might even maybe seeing crack of it, but they know that if you made certain decisions or really followed your passion, that it would happen quick for you, that you would be able to see things in a more exactly for what they are, and make decisions that really lead with your passion for your life. Right now I'm smelling, this doesn't ever happen to me, but I'm smelling peony, like the peony flowers. Um, Kind of like it's kind of like a floral, fruity kind of scent. Yeah, I don't know, that's for somebody. But yeah, so they want this, they see this for you. They see this for you. And so I think the rapid nature of the Eight of Wands is the angst that they are like, come on, I know you can do it. It's kind of like, I get that, like when you're watching a football game or basketball game or whatever sport you like, and you know that this person has the potential to fucking knock it out of the park. And you're like yelling and you're like, come on, you can do it. And you're just waiting for the person, that they're going to make that move. And it's that moment in time that this Eight of Wands, I think, is what your person is feeling for you. And then you have the Ten of Pentacles, which is one of the best cards that you can get in tarot. And the Ten of Pentacles, like if you see here, this got this family unit here. You have 4 kids and a dog, and everybody's laughing, and beautiful lights and designs. And okay, sorry. I hope you don't hear that. My phone's ringing. Maybe they want to message you. Maybe that's it. I never have my ringer on, and my ringer is on and it's ringing. This is a powerful reading because I never have this many interruptions. So anyway, the Ten of Pentacles, everything in your 3D world, anything that's tangible, they see that with you. And it doesn't need to be this nuclear family that you see here. It could be anything. It could be a non-traditional connection that they want to have with you. And just by the fact that you have so many spiritual markers here, like with the Ace of Wands and the synchronicity of having both Empress and Emperor here, I feel like, it's and the Eight of Wands, it's almost like this message of follow your passion. Like, it doesn't need to be what social standards say. If your passion is to be someone that has companions in your life and your soul tribe, but you get to go travel and be independent and not tie down to anybody, or your passion is to have a family that's a nuclear family, or your passion is to, start a business, and you don't have anyone in your life right now that would support you, but this person would totally support you. This person believes in you and believes in the connection that you both have, that it's a higher level connection, and that it's a connection that is a spiritual one, and one that is sincere and benevolent. And then the next card we have, and this is why I mentioned 4, is the Emperor is number 4, and so is the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is a card that is, basically, usually it's you have the 4 wands on the tent here, but it's usually depicted similar to the Ten of Pentacles, where you have this kind of like couple on a field, and like it represents having, a wedding, something that's a stable connection, a stable relationship. Some people say that it is the 1111 card, because of the 4 wands. Some people who believe in twin flames will say that this is your counterpart, this is your twin flame. This is a soul connection that was destined to happen. Not to be afraid of it, not to be fear of it. You could trust it. You can trust this connection. And I think that the balance here also speaks to, it's not one-sided where this person feels like they're going to come in and support you and save the day and make everything right, but that you both are going to teach each other something in the way that the Empress and the Emperor teach each other. You guys are going to be that, gears and grinds that gears and grinds. I don't know. God. Okay, just spare me. Gears that fit together, or like puzzle pieces that fit together, that idea, right? So it's not one-sided. It's not like you're the person that needs all the help. You're going to also teach that person a lot. And then we have the Six of Wands, and we also have the Lovers, which is number 6, another synchronicity here. And this is one of my favorite cards. I just think it is so romantic and so beautiful. It's just two beautiful people in an embrace. And I love the difference of them. It means that people from two different sides of society or the world or cultures, or you know connections span beyond all of those things. You could even not even speak the same language as a person, but there's something there that can't be denied, something there that can't be ignored, and there's this connection that needs to flourish and grow here. And I do love how this gentleman here with the darker skin, he's got some gray hairs in there. She's got some tattoos, like it's like they've both gone through their journey in their life. So it's like you guys might be of middle age, or, have had the first chapter of your life take place. And now this connection comes at a time where there is this, like, I don't want to say midlife crisis, but like, this time where in our lives where we stop and we reflect. We've lived some. We're not just coming out of the gate, 18 years old, right? There's some maturity there that's going to be able to get to be woven into this connection to just enrich it. It makes me feel like a soil that's got all the nutrients and it's very enriched. It's like when you're dealing with people and humans that are emotionally intelligent, and are able to, articulate. Maybe this person is able to articulate their feelings and you're not, or it's vice versa. But there's things about you that other person, this person, needs to also learn. It's not one-sided. And then lastly, we have the Strength card. And the Strength card here, you see it's a woman, half lion, half beast, with a little lamb. So, the little lamb, I think, represents this innocent energy. And usually this card, again, with the infinity sign, like soulmates. You guys are soulmates. It's straight and bright. It's as obvious as it can possibly be. But usually it's a young girl who's tamed a lion and not afraid of the lion. And she's so innocent in that, and that the lion can't even bear to even give a growl. Like he loves her and supports her and protects her. There's no wrong that she can do, and he knows that she would not she would not hurt him, and he would not hurt her. So that strength of a bond is why this person is here. So it's a combination of love, passion, a benevolent desire to just be in a connection that is equal, that is a benefit to both parties. And it will take strength. And I think when you think about, I think strength is in the center of all this, because a soulmate, it has so many different tainted connotations from the way society is. Reminding yourself that this person is not there to do harm to you. This person's not there to take advantage of you or hurt you. This person has things to learn from you as well. And that this is a reciprocal connection based on personal growth, you loving yourself. And by you loving yourself, this person's able to love themselves more. And it does not need to follow social norms. It doesn't need to be this. It doesn't need to be what maybe your culture says a relationship should be. It can be whatever you guys decide, whatever this passion is that you guys have for each other. It can be whatever you guys decide it to be. Well, hot diggity damn, I'm going to say, yay for you, pile 2. And don't forget, man, that light turned off and then my phone went off. Like maybe there's that represents that kind of like something's cooking here, something's boiling with maybe if you're not in contact with this person, they're going to contact you soon, or maybe you've been thinking about reaching out and you just don't understand the connection and this is what you needed for that so that you can reach out to them. Whatever it is, don't hesitate because life is too short. It's too short and it's too sad and it's too difficult by itself to not be, have that naive, courageous young heart like this little lamb. When you think about little lambs and they're jumping around and they're not a care in the world. They don't care about where their next meal is coming from, but they're just happy to be alive. Don't forget that that's life. Okay. So, and that's a great way to look at our lives. So I really wish you the best. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment. It really helps grow my channel. I'm considering doing personal readings again, but I'll give you that information once I make a decision on that. Thank you so much again, Pile 2. I wish you the best. I'm so excited for you. If this ended up being your reading, yes, please tell me the connection in the comment. I really want to hear about this person. Okay? All right. Till next time. Bye. All right, Pile 3, you had the Jasper and the Queer Tarot. Red Jasper. Man, I have to tell you that Pile 1 and Pile 2 were just so different. I cannot wait to see what yours is, Pile 3. I am so excited. Just crazy. So crazy. It's interesting because I don't post a lot, and sometimes, it's for whatever reason. Either I feel already drained, or I don't have enough time or whatever. And it's like when I get around to doing it, I'm always surprised at how powerful the readings end up being. So, all right. So Pile 3. Let's see what's on your plate here. Why is this person in your life, Pile 3? Why is this person in Pile 3's life? What's the purpose of this person being in their life, in Pile 3's life? Whoa. Strength. Judgment. Okay. Any more? Ooh, they all keep falling out. Seven of Cups. Okay, tell me more. Why is this person in Pile 3's life? Why is this person in Pile 3's life? Whoa, they're flying out. All right, let's start here. We'll probably do like 8 cards. All right. I love this deck. It is such a great deck. Let me think here. All right, so Strength. Beautiful card. See if you can see it there. It represents, so basically usually in typical tarot you'll have a young feminine with the lion, and the lion is not trying to bite her. He's like loving on her, and he wouldn't harm a hair on her head, and she wouldn't harm a hair on his head. And it really represents this beautiful connection that is a powerful one. So it's like, I think the reason why this person is in your life is to be a support to you. So you might be somebody, and you might be having issues right now in your life where, you have just a lot going on in your life. So you might be a very busy person. You might have a very demanding career, demanding family life, spiritual life. Like if you're in a traditional religion and I don't think you would be on a tarot channel if you had like a church to take care of, or like you were in a traditional religion, but though you might, but whatever burden that you might be dealing with in your life, this person is in your life meant to be that strength for you. So, you represent for me this person, and the person put in your life is this lion, someone who has that courage to support you. Now, Judgment is an interesting card to get because Judgment really is about atonement, seeking forgiveness, changing your ways. Usually it's kind of arranged in the same way, but there's like a cherub or an angel with the trumpet. Sometimes the people at the bottom look a bit weary and they're naked. So really it's about, hearing the trumpet call and having They're there to be the sounding voice for you. Um, if there are things in your life that you regret, or things that you've been through that are tethering you to this time in your life that you feel like you just can't get past, this person is there to remind you that it's okay. Like, in the long run, it is all okay. That it's not the end of the world, that it's not literally the end of the world, right? That things are going to be okay. There is hope. And it's interesting, the reference to a church, and then now I'm thinking of the Bible and how, when it talks about the end of days in Revelation and the trumpets call, and I might be wrong about the trumpet call being in Revelations or not, but usually, when there's those references in the Bible, no matter how it's represented, it is usually when there's darkness or there's war or there's pain, that light or that, horn that gets, blown to shake everybody out of their funk and show that there is hope, that this is not your destiny, that there is something ahead of you that you need to focus on, that you're not seeing. So it makes me feel like these people here are kind of like people who have had, like, I think of, when horses, they have the shutters, not the shutters. When horses have little covers for their blinders, thank you, blinders, so that they don't see everything, because they're too afraid. It'll set them off. You can just see what's in front of them. But and everybody at some point in their life has had that kind of, moment or spell in their life where you all you can handle is what's in front of you. Like, you don't even have the capacity to really digest everything. But this person is here to be a strength for you in order for you to be able to do that and to show that hope, to be that hope for you and to support you in your life right now. And I think this really does speak to what I was mentioning about this person, being that light. And what they're guiding you to see here with the Seven of Cups is that you have a lot of choices in your life. Your destiny is not wrapped up in one direction. And whether you're going through a challenging time with maybe traditions in your culture, or maybe traditionally how people in your family were raised and they want you to grow up to be, or whatever that might be, this person is showing you that no, it doesn't have to be that way. You actually have choices. You're the director of your show. You are the one that is in control of how you want your destiny to turn out. Because you're the one that has to walk that walk. No one else walks it for you. Grandma and grandpa and mom and dad might want you to go marry the person that you're supposed to marry and go to college or get this job or do this, but they're not going to be waking up every day going to that job. They're not going to be, waking up every morning with that person they wanted you to marry. So you really are the one in control of your destiny, and this person is here as a reminder for that. And another reason why they're in your life is this card here, Temperance. Temperance is an interesting card. I love this card because it really talks about being patient. But for me, it's always been being patient not just when you're waiting for something good to happen, but when you're waiting through the bullshit, when you're waiting through the torment that you're in, or the situation to be over with, and having the bravery to wait through that, right? So, and usually the typical card is depicted by a naked female, and she has one foot in the water and one on the ground, like this person does, and has 2 jars of water. So it's kind of like that reciprocal, a balanced energy, right? A balance between earth and water, a balance between being grounded, but also a balance between being hopeful about your future and being hopeful about getting through whatever is difficult. And a lot of people in tarot don't like this card, especially in romantic readings, because that's saying you're going to have to wait until things work out, and nobody wants to hear that. And even in a career reading too, I mean, nobody wants to hear that. But sometimes we need to. This to me speaks to having endurance. It's great that you can sprint, but really being able to have endurance for that marathon is something that's important too. And sometimes the way that life rolls is it is a marathon. It's not a race. You might be impatient. You might be the opposite of this card. You're wanting things to happen right away. And it's just not, happening as fast as you want it to happen. And this person is not only here to be a guidance, but also to be a role model because they've been through this. They're saying these things are needed. These are like serious lessons that they're here to help you with. And this is really powerful because you have 3 major arcana cards. You have the Strength, Judgment, and Temperance. So this person is a profound person in your life. This person is meant to be in your life in a very important time. This is a pivotal time in your life. All right, let's see. Give us some more, please, for pile 3. And the reason why their person is in their life. Why is their person in their life, please? Pile 3. Pile 3, please. Why is pile 3's person in their life? There's person. Why is pile 3's person? All right. You have Page of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. Wow. 10-10. Give me one more. One more card for pile 3, please. One more card for pile 3 about this person. That flew out. That's awesome. How cool is that? Oh, I love it. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so speaking about the Page of Pentacles, coming from Temperance. The Page of Pentacles, like pages are a young energy. So it's an energy that is like a child. So this could be coming to your inner child, speaking of your inner child, or speaking of tapping into that young, innocent energy, the beautiful, naive nature that we have when we're young, that we don't know, we don't know how to take care of ourselves, but we're just old enough to be able to vocalize our needs, right? And with the pentacle, it is like this grounded. It's a grounded curiosity about life or about some endeavor that you want to really move towards. I think your person knows this about you. So I don't know if you've had some kind of conversation about like, like let's say it's a new career. You're thinking about like starting your business. That's the energy, like something you've never done before. Is kind of the energy that I'm getting here. And this person you might have shared this with this person. The advice here, the reason why this person, again, in your life is similar to the Strength card, is a reminder that, with the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Wands really is about being almost done with the burdens you're carrying. So you see like the rainbow and the castle here, and she's carrying these wands and she's weary, she's tired, she's been carrying them for a long time. But just like this trumpet, right? Just like this trumpet horn of the reminder of like when you are in that emotional dark place, to wake you up out of it, to say, hey, it doesn't stay that way. There's hope there. In the same respect, it's a reminder, again, kind of like reiterating that, again, this person is here for you to remember that even though things are very burdensome, maybe now, or maybe when you are taking on this endeavor, or just in life, you might be just in a really hard spot in your life, that be focused on your goal, be focused on why you're doing all of these things. And remember that it's not always going to be that way. It's not always going to be that way. You've got the 10 of Pentacles, so 2 10s. And I think the more 10s you have, and I might be wrong, so if somebody else knows tarot, and you can correct me on this, but I think that the more 10s you have in a reading, it can indicate closer that this event or the circumstances or whatever is the ideal outcome has the possibility of happening faster. So faster endings pretty much with 10. So that this is going to be temporary. This burden is not going to last long. Um, and you have this 10 of Pentacles, and I think that this 10 of Pentacles, because this burden is going to end soon, you're going to get the 10 of Pentacles sooner. And the 10 of Pentacles here has just a few people just really feeling grateful. I find it interesting this person has a shirt that has chains on it. It's kind of like everything that you've dreamed of, that you've desired, that you've wanted has now come to fruition. It's like now you can take a breath and relax. Now you don't have to stress out as much. All of that hard work was not for nothing. All of the bravery that you've had to have, that this person is walking with you through, was not for nothing. It was for your heart's desire. Like, your heart's desire is important. What you desire for your life is where you draw all of that. Like, I keep saying like a lot. Ugh. I never took public speaking, so it really is just starting from scratch and loving yourself, realizing that you are in control of your own destiny. And that will take some patience for you. And you can still dream. Dream your biggest dream. And work on making that a reality. And through that, you will have success. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles here, which is the last card. And the Knight of Pentacles is probably one of the best knights that you can probably get. You might be a younger person because there's no kings here. But the Knight is kind of like this 20-something-year-old energy, but a trustworthy 20-something-year-old. This is somebody who you let house sit your expensive house, and they're going to take care of it and make sure that everything is, that all the list of things that you had them do while you were gone get done, and they're not going to miss a beat. They're going to be responsible and will always want to be called back upon if you need anything. That's that trustworthy energy here. And this person is here to guide you to get to that spot, right? To get to that trustworthy spot, the spot of still being excited about life, being spontaneous, being, imaginative and adventurous and all of that, but still being responsible about it. Not going about it in the wrong way. Because you can be spontaneous and get a DUI. You could be spontaneous, right? And end up getting a credit card and now you can't pay it back. Okay, so there's good spontaneous and then there's like really not good spontaneous. So the Knight of Pentacles is that good spontaneous, right? The good, young energy that you can indulge in, but know that you're going to be responsible through it, right? That you're going to be very level-headed through that. And that might be something that so this person could be a parent. It could be maybe an uncle or aunt, or just somebody maybe that raised you, or a neighbor, or a family friend. It could be absolutely anybody, but for sure this person is wiser and older than you. And I feel like you're a younger person, whoever chose pile 3. So that is so cool. Pile 3, let's see if we have anything else. So since you're younger, let's see if we have any advice for you. And if you're not younger, you get to get an advice card. How about that? Okay. What advice do you have for pile 3 and their person? Okay. You got 2. Let's see. Aw, that's perfect. Oh, that's so perfect. Look at you and your person, pile 3. You've got the 2 of Cups here. Oh, that's you and your person. So the advice is work together. The advice is they got your back, you got their back. The advice is that it is a reciprocal relationship. It doesn't need to be a relationship where you feel like they're on you just to get you to change, and you can't provide anything or give anything back to them, and you feel like a burden to them, or like that you're mooching off of them. in the way that they want to guide you and help you. It is going to be reciprocal. There's going to be things about you that that person needs help on, that that person you might need some advice on, that that person might need you to help them out with. So it's not going to be just one-sided. And that's a beautiful thing. I mean, in any relationship, even if it's a boss coworker, a romantic relationship, a friendship, a parent child, or wiser older adult with a younger person relationship, you know, reciprocity is something that's a hallmark. That's like one of the foundations, the cornerstone of any relationship, is that it's reciprocal. So that's what you've got here, pile three. And that is amazing. I wish I never had someone like that in my life. I mean, I was the one that just went by the seat of my pants and made bad decisions. I made horrible decisions and then had to clean them up, grow up, and didn't get to have someone to at least give me the signs to say, girl, if you do this, you're going to fuck it up. Like, I didn't really have someone like that. So please, feel blessed that you have this person in your life. Don't feel like it's something that needs to be a heavy relationship. They're there to help you walk through this life. And guess what? This life is really hard, and we all could use somebody like that in our lives. And if you've been given a person like that in your life, that means you have a purpose. You have a greater purpose than you realize. And your spirit guides, your ancestors, whoever it may be, is placing this person in your life as a protection and an insurance that you're going to be successful for whatever you put forth in your life, that you're going to impact a lot of people. So thank you so much for joining. I hope that you could just subscribe, like, or comment. I love to get comments and subscriptions. All that helps my channel. I'm also thinking about doing personal readings, but I haven't quite figured out how that's going to happen. I tried to do it before and it wasn't very successful, so we'll see. But thank you so much for coming by and checking out the reading, and I'll see you next time. Bye.